So in this video, as the name implies, I'm going to demonstrate how to import data into RCommander. So first we need to have our RStudio up and running. And from there, we need to initiate RCommander. Now there's two ways of doing this. One way is you can go to your Packages tab in the lower right-hand corner of RStudio and scroll down until you come to the package RCMDR. So we're scrolling down, and you would click right here to the left of RCMDR, and that would load RCommander for you to work with. Or alternatively, you can type library open paren R uppercase R lowercase cmdr close paren and run this bit of code, and that would also start RCommander for you. So I'm going to go ahead and utilize this methodology. And as you can see, we now have some dialog in our console window. So just go ahead and let that load. Don't interrupt the session, just let it go. It'll take a moment or two, depending on the type of computer you have your R installed on. And if everything goes accordingly, you should now have RCommander up and about and ready to go. So now let's return back to the slides and we'll go from there. So from this RCommander console menu, we're going to go to Data, Import Data from Excel file. Now, obviously, you have the option to import either SPSS data, SAS data, Minitab data, or Stata data. But for the case of our example, we're going to just utilize Excel. So you have to choose what you'd like the name of the data set to be once it is imported into RCommander. So you could call it data set, you could call it data set A, you could call it Cal, you could call it light bulb, you could call it whatever you'd like as long as it adheres to the naming convention standards within R. But go ahead and choose a name. I've just called mine data set. The box's variable names in first row of spreadsheet is obviously designating that the uppermost row of the Excel workbook spreadsheet contains the variable names. And then also clicked is convert character data to factors. That comes clicked by default. So make sure that those are clicked if it's applicable, and then click OK. From there, you'll then need to select where the data is located that you'd like to import. So again, in this case, we're using a Microsoft Excel workbook file. So we have to find it from our file dialog path. And once it's been selected, click Open. So the following output will print to the console if the data was successfully imported. In this case, it'll be something similar to this. Your data set will have a different number of rows and a different number of columns in most cases. For the sake of this example, the data set that we're using, the example data set, it has 20 rows and 7 columns. So if you'd like to view the data set after it's been imported to make sure everything came in okay, make sure that the data set is selected here. In this case, we've selected the name data set B as the name of the data set after it was imported, the name that we'll be using in our R session. And then we click View Data Set, and this brings up a preview that you can then scroll through to make sure everything is to your liking and everything was imported correctly. So that is it for this particular video lecture. Please like and subscribe, and thanks for stopping by. Have a wonderful rest of the day. Take care.